We will hopefully enter the flow state of mind, and whatever comes, it will come. It's gonna be good anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You put some more logs on there.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome. Let's take this moment to just enjoy this fire for a little while, because for this to come true all the way to you, you need to be very centered. So hopefully you can find within these first minutes a spot where you can find peace, where you can center yourself in your own existence, in your space, in yourself, where nothing disturbs you. It's not you are not in the middle of traffic in New York, let's say, like that. You're maybe in your bed, or you're in your garden, or on your balcony, or somewhere where you can find that breath, you know. So let's take this first moment to do that. Centralize ourselves. Just take a few breaths. Take a deep breath in and out a few times, just to bring our focus back to the moment. Present is here. Now I will start by telling you all a little story of how valuable you are and how special you are, as we all are, because of very simple things. It goes back to our ancestry. In you, your existence and your consciousness, you think it's just you, and when you were born out of love between your parents. Maybe not even all of us feel that there wasn't love in between our parents, but there's so much more love in you than you think, if this is how you think. Because in your DNA, it goes way back. Imagine how many people in your life had to live a full life, how much love they had to have. Like our grandmother's grandmother, they were poor, they were struggling. No matter the circumstances, we go back so many hundred thousands of years. It didn't start with our parents. And even before that, our existence before we were born to a little screaming, crying baby. What about then? We came from a ball sack. How's about that? Into our mother with the egg. So 50% of us chose to exist. 50% of us chose to win against 3 million concurrents. There was a race. Half of us chose to, we're gonna win first to the egg. Half of us was in the egg, so half of us was just ready to exist. So we come out as this form. We kind of chose it already then. And in our bodies, we have a DNA. And the information in that DNA goes way back, you know. And what we talk about, the mainstream talking point nowadays is like, heart problems run in my family. We run out of breath in my family. Obesity, it runs in my family, you know. We're talking about these problems that our heritage can give us. But not like maybe we had a shaman in our family 3,000-4,000 years ago. It's kind of interesting that we haven't been able to figure out exactly, like, why can't we take a DNA and just say, trace it back, and like, that's the beginning of your DNA. So imagine how much love just from your family tree or your roots or DNA had to go in for you to exist today. It's not just mom and dad made this and here you are. Way before that even. And we get all the knowledge, all the wisdom, even curses. It's like the curses and the blessings we can get that from many hundred years ago. Maybe someone in our DNA had a curse. And when I say curse, I mean it maybe like some kind of problem that manifested in their life all the time. Some fear, some desire, something that just ruined their life, addiction. something like that I will call a curse. And then there's a blessing. What about those who can transform energy? No matter what the energy you get, you can transform it to love. Or what about those who can like telepathically be on the other side of the planet? What about those that can visualize their future? All of us have this blessing as well in our families. Think about the trees. Here we have lots of trees around us. Maybe that tree is a few 10 years, 100 years. The oldest tree that I know of on this planet right now is almost 5,000 years old. But let's take this pine for example. You think that was the start of this pine? This tree, when it was a little seed and it grew to this big tree, was that the start of its life? The information in the seed, that's way back, that's ancient. So this tree basically goes so far back, even before us humans. Imagine this tree exists here for its love to the planet. And this tree, without this tree, we would not exist. Without the insects, we would not exist. So we all coexist in this big system, and it's all because of love. So love is the root of all our existence. Like this tree gives us oxygen. The ocean, it cleans up the air for us. The insects, they pollinate so we can have nature flourishing and expanding and growing. So before us, small humans, it was only love. These trees, they love the planet so much, they're here to give oxygen. Let's give this planet life. And this planet then, what gives love to this planet so this planet can exist? The sun. Without the love from the sun, this planet wouldn't exist. Think about that. It's in the sky. It's like this planet, and then you have the sky. They rain. Without rain, we wouldn't exist. Without sunlight, we wouldn't exist. It's like the planet is taken care of from above. And above then, above the sky then, who knows? Who knows? I think that's when we start talking about source, light, even God, you know. No wonder there's a word like God when these things have to, with love, take care of all of us for us to even have a chance to exist. It's pretty profound, but very simple. And with this said, I want you to realize how special and important you are. Even if you have pains that you don't really know where they come from, if you have traumas, curses, they might just come from your DNA, and they might not even be your fault. But right now you're carrying in stuff like this, and it's up to you to solve it, to heal it, to help heal it. And when you heal a curse like this that is in your DNA, just in information got kind of jacked at some point because of whatever reasons, and you're carrying it, and it's manifesting in your life because you're struggling with the same things as those before you did in your family. It's up to you to heal it. And when you heal these parts of yourself, then you will heal your family tree for the future. Like your family will just expand and feel more love and be freer and be happier with being alive. But we are masters of thinking, like get stuck in this little brain, these thought loops. We're masters of getting stuck there, and the focus is, we're just focusing this far, all the way to the brain, and then we get stuck without realizing how much around us that is taking care of us every moment for us to even be able to get stuck here. And when we get stuck here, it's like we ruin reality for us, because it can be dark, it can be super dark, and we are so intelligent, so we can make a darkness make sense. And it's, why is this darkness my fault? Even the thought maybe even before you, when you have a thought that is ruining your mood or destroying your soul and just making you weaker or lesser than you really are, maybe you are not even the creator of this thought. Maybe someone else invented this thought and gave it to you. Here, you're welcome. Take my shit and eat it. And you took it and you think it's you. You think this is your existence. This is me as a human being this shit that someone threw at me. Realize that you are not the creator of everything, and it's not your fault. It can come from anyone. Because many of us, we are broken and hurt because of life circumstances. And this, how the planet is right now, the focus is on lots of destruction and hate, and everything we're getting, the information we're getting is like, you are totally fucked right now. You know, this planet is destroying itself, and it's war there, we're killing each other, we hate each other. Of course that influences us, even if it's just the radio in the kitchen saying that you humans, you suck and it's all your fault, the planet is so fucked. But then again, the nature out here, the trees, the sun, the sky, the ground, it's all more ancient than we are. And with love, it created all of this for us to enjoy. And to not like feel that as a blessing and be happy about it and see it like, wow, this planet is a sanctuary, it's a refugee for us. As a human, when we spawn here, we should feel that way. Walk out like when we were undestroyed kids, you know, just playing around, having fun in our fantasy, loving the planet, exploring the planet, one block at a time, you know, inventing new games and play around and having fun. Where did that disappear? It's like the simplest thing there is, but somehow we just don't do it anymore. When we grow up and we have all kinds of other things to focus on, and we always kick ourselves down and we hurt ourselves and we believe these small destructive loops to be the truth, and this is my existence, I'm such a fucking piece of shit. Just look around, you know. That was that. Let's take a moment to enjoy just existing. This is what many people call meditating and finding yourself, and it's like you can connect to your soul, and when you have connected to your soul and your true self, then you kind of start seeing these patterns on the planet, like, wow, everything is really connected. How is this magical place so ruined with our thoughts and our perspectives? So we take it for granted, like, how can this magical planet be so misused and underappreciated? So, in short, love is the answer. It is. Because it is love that created us. And when people say love yourself, it's about forgiving oneself and realizing that we are so much more than our little brains. To connect to a soul, it's like we were connected to a soul when we were kids, you know. It was kind of blank here, and we were just experiencing life for what it was, looking around in all curiosity. And then this started projecting everything. You should behave like that. That's what you should do. Go to school, do that, you need a career. So we start boxing in ourselves in what we should do to survive. It's like, do you want to survive on this planet? Sucks to be you. It's fucking tough here. You know, you have to waste most of your life to even deserve maybe the few last years. I'm not saying don't do it, don't go to the job. Of course not. We should have jobs and do our work and play. What I'm saying is we should not sacrifice ourselves for a system that makes us feel like shit. It's like every day waking up and fuck, do I have to do that shit again? Feeling shit about it and feeling untrue. Because in life, our passions and our interests, they shows us. It's not like we can choose what we should be passionate about. Like, I love music a lot, and it was not like, what do I want to do in life? When I was a kid, I hated music because I was put to play on piano. I played some piano, I was like, man, piano sucks. So it took like 15 years or something before I tried a guitar. I was like, whoa, guitar, it's pretty fun. Kinda like it. Now I barely play guitar, now I'm just producing beats, which is more my thing, but it was not like I chose to do music. It was this music passion, it was inside of me. Maybe in my DNA or where it comes from, I don't know. But it shows me. And I full-heartedly decided that I'm gonna go there. I probably have ADHD as well. I never diagnosed, but you know what they say about the ADHD? You can hyper-focus on what you think is interesting, but everything else that is not interesting, you can't really focus. Because you don't care enough. It's like, I love this, I want to focus on that. I want to make that grow. But no matter what, who we are or what they try to class us all as, and give us medication for everything. Here, medication is good, of course. But I think many times we don't need a medication. We just need to grow up and learn who we are, like truly are. So with that said, the passion, if you have interests, things you find interesting, it can be insects. I love insects. Ever since I was a kid, I've been following insects and watching their life, and I wonder how it is to be an ant. It's pretty... If you think about ants as well, that's pretty funny. Because imagine how small an ant is. You're on the ground, and suddenly comes a human. Oh, boom! That's like seeing a foot coming down from the sky. Boom! And what's the ant's first reaction? Pee on it! Everyone pee on that foot! What is that? My ants are pretty hilarious. So there you are with your human foot, and the ants are just ready to pee on you, like fucking firefighters. Imagine that. If suddenly there comes some alien giant, just took a step there, and all those humans were just pee on that foot. Anyway, you see, insects, I always loved insects. And I didn't choose it. I just lived life and started seeing insects and started following them and find them so interesting. And it's the same for all of us. And when we don't have anything, like any interest or passion that we follow or strive to evolve, like we only focus on things that we don't really 100% want to do, but we have to do them. But if we live a life like that, I think it's important to have at the side here something that you really find interesting. Or you're passionate about this. I love this, and make it bigger. Because what we use our brains to focus on, it's like the heart tells us, here's your passions, here's your interests. And then it's up to your brain and your mind to take that leap towards that, to make it expand. It's like if I watch my old or listen to my old beats and songs from years ago, I was like, holy, how did I even have the balls to publish that? Because I have become so much better as a producer. I'm like, how did I even dare to drop that? It's because I put so much time into my passion that I'm constantly evolving. My mind is expanding into it, and my mind is like intertwining with my passion more and more. I'm getting deeper knowledge about this production that I'm doing. And it's the same with everything, that what we focus on, we use our brains on something, we will become better in it, we will go deeper into the knowledge, it will be more a part of us. So that's why I think having a passion or interest at the side of a life that does not really fulfill us is very important and a crucial step to feel alive. Because if there is nothing in our life that makes us feel alive, then as we started this live, go out into the forest, look at the sun. just see it for what it is. Look at the trees, look at the insects. It's impossible to feel like you don't belong or you're not valuable when all of these things is taking care of you on a daily basis. They're keeping the planet alive so you can be alive. How, if you connect to that feeling and put your mind into that, how can we even feel bad? And how we can connect to all these things, this nature, it's from the soul and the heart, because the brain always have to explain things. If my brain looks at this tree, it might say, I wonder if it's 40 years old. Nah, I'm too dumb. I don't know if it's 20 or 40. I'm way too stupid to know how old that tree is just by looking at it, you know. My brain could say something like that. My heart and my soul would be like, the brain is not explaining this. It's just a feeling that feels, it's a much deeper feeling than a brain explaining you a feeling. It's like the explanation is always so much smaller compared to what your heart can connect to. And when my heart connects to the tree, I just get this feeling of appreciation to just be alive, gratitude. And it's out there for free all the time. Yeah. Let's take a moment. I hope you sit at a very cozy, comfy place. And all living beings on this planet, we don't want to suffer, we just want to be happy. That goes for every life form. Even a tree cries when you hurt it. Just wants to be happy and live its life. Keep giving life to the rest of the planet. It's the same with everyone, even the insects. Pull off a leg from an insect, you're gonna see the pain. The insect is not gonna be happy about it. This insect just didn't want to suffer, just wanted to be happy. It's the same for all of us. We're, in simple terms as humans, like, we are the same as everything else. Just that our intellect is so intelligent that it can trick itself, just puts itself into a small box, because maybe the thought circle just started like this and then went smaller and think that's reality because my brain says so. Maybe your neighbor said so, maybe your teacher said so, and suddenly we're stuck into this box of what reality is, when seeing reality is actually just lean back and not think we can control everything. It's just, okay, I'm not controlling anything, I'm just experiencing. And in that moment, when we are experiencing, that's when we see reality for what it really is. We can tune into all these things just by connecting to our hearts and our souls. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget moments like these. It comes from within. It's like connecting to your soul. If you are used to living from your brain, connecting to your soul is like walking over a bridge into the unknown. It's like you start walking across the bridge, the water beneath you, it gets deeper and deeper and darker, more current, so it gets more dangerous, you know. and fear kicks in, because what if I fall down from this bridge? You have no idea what's on the other side of the bridge. It just pulls you. It feels good on the other side, I know it, but this fear does not feel good. Of course, when we're walking over a edgy, scary little bridge, and now beneath us there's dangerous waters, maybe even dangerous fish there, ready to eat us the same second we fall down. In reality, we are protected to walk over this bridge. If this unknown represents connecting to our hearts and our soul, it will never stop pulling us. If we are living a life that does not feel fulfilling because we got tricked into a lifestyle that does not even serve us, that does not make us connect to our true self, if we got tricked into that life, your soul, your heart will always pull you from the other side of the bridge. And to kind of, let's say, shatter that, it takes lots of courage to walk over this bridge, to enter the unknown and get to land again. It takes courage, of course. I've been living in this town for most of my life. Like, simple things like this should be very implemented in the part when we are growing up. How love created all of us. It's profound and it's simple, and when we forget that, then it's easy that we start feeling bad and think that's that. I've wanted to end my life many times. It's like this demon comes and says, hello, life fucking sucks, go and hang yourself, go and jump down that bridge, fucking shoot yourself, a few thousand crowns you can get a gun and shoot yourself in the head, you know, many times. What always saved me was this feeling that we have done our best to try to also to give to you. It saved me so many times. And we all can connect to it. After all, we are human. After all, we all live on the same planet, don't we? Under the same sun, don't we? Under the same sky. And if that can be our savior, then all of us have access to that. It gives your whole life a meaning and makes you feel valuable. Because how can you not be valuable when all of this comes together for us to exist, for us to be? And as I started with our DNA, imagine how long that DNA goes back. So old. But your DNA is not as old as the DNA of these trees or this ground. That's even more ancient. And they are taking care of you with the love they give you. Yeah, I think that's sums it up. I truly wish you will live a fulfilling life and have dreams. Make those dreams your goals. Make those goals small goals, and make those small goals your reality, to create the life you really want to live. Where you are in this moment, you will never have more power than where you are right now. Right now in your body, if you give it somewhere else, it's gone. If you give it to your history, it's gone. If you give it to the future, it's gone, you know. It is right here, right now. You have the most power to do whatever you need to do to go forward. Myself, I have ideas for how I want to live. I have ideas of what I want to do in life. I know them by heart now, what I want to do in life. And it just goes with this passion and this interest. What do I really love to do in life? Because if this human experience is kind of short, I fucking deserve to live a life that I enjoy. I deserve to follow the passions that I was born with. Like, I deserve to use my heart and my soul and walk the path that feels correct for me. And no one can say anything about that. Because that's what makes me feel alive. That's what makes me feel love for just being and existing. So I wish all of us that the power in the now, every moment from here and on, to realize how much power and love we have, and how much love and power that took for us to even be here. It did not start with our parents as a baby. It goes way back, way back. And everything that they have done before us, if we don't appreciate that with gratitude, how does that feel, you know? What if you do everything in life now? You struggle so hard. Maybe you don't have any money, you have no love, you have no friends, you have nothing in your life going on. But one day you get a baby. You raise this baby with love, so much love, and you do everything you can. And this baby, then maybe suddenly you pass away. And this baby just gives up on life. Your child now just gives up and just, it's not worth it, you know. Everything you did for that baby, it was not enough. I think it's important to remember how much that had to happen for this moment. Let's take, you're free to join, or just sit quietly. We can listen to Peter's drumming for a few minutes. And I think that is a good ending on the first drum journey that we have for you. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that a lot. thank you. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.